Well, welcome to another very interesting edition of Serious Matters here at ONIF TV. My name is Olukunle Browns. Please do share our videos with others, drop your comment, make them simple and simple. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who doubles as the chairman of ECOWAS, has said that he is under pressure to release the military, for intervention in Niger. Recall that in July, the military took over government from the democratically elected president, Bazoum, and who was hosted for quite some time, after which he signed his resignation and was said to have left government. With several dialogue between the ECOWAS and the Niger Juntas that they should return power to the democratically elected president, hitting the rock severally. The Juntas came to a point where they said, okay, we're going to hand over power in 3 years. We are going to hand over power in 3 years. However, there have been several sanctions on the Niger from both the ECOWAS and recently from the AU. The last that we saw was that AU suspended them, from the African Union. And so several borders are already being closed. Saw in the news that several goods are hanging at the Castina border, and borders that are being used for bringing goods from Niger into Nigeria and vice versa. Well, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and chairman of the ECOWAS, in his latest meeting with ECOWAS, has said that he is under pressure, even though he did not mention those putting pressure on him. But then some persons have said, look, it can't be behind the US and also the beyond France, because the US is said to have an investment of what, over $100 million with their base in Niger, and so they would not want to lose that, and they would want to, because the juntas had actually ordered that US should move their base away from Niger. They seem not to be bothered by the sanctions they are receiving from different ends. However, I believe strongly that, look, we work better in partnership when we agree together, even though the idea of working together has not I've not really seen so much benefit of it in Africa. Because when you talk about the insecurity and all of that, you'll be surprised that these neighboring countries, are places where these terrorists and bandits coming through. They're flying choppers through these same places, and nothing is being done about it. Consider the killings in West Africa, in Mali, in Nigeria. Nigeria is, we are seniors when it comes to, in the north, we understand that about 23 to 28 local government are under the control of bandits. Who does that? Under a government that says, they are in charge. Are they really in charge? So that's why they call for, peace, and a peaceful resolution is actually, on the forefront, prioritized. Because we have issues in Nigeria that have not been resolved. If with the same pressure that is being mounted on our president, he releases that pressure on the bandits and herdsmen that are making life unbearable for farmers in Nigeria, then we would not be where we are today. And so it's important that we prioritize, the most important things. We draw a scale of preference properly and make sure the right things are put in the right places. The right pegs are put in the right holes. However, recently, the latest of all is that rooms for dialogue are now being reopened. And of course, after that, whatever comes out of it, because we are going to be giving you update as to what's the whatever dialogue, whatever the juntas come up with again, and all of that. But then, with the way we are seeing things, the support of Algeria, with the support of Burkina Faso, the support of Mali at their own end, with military troops already being brought in. In fact, the Algeria had said that that France cannot use their airspace to go and to go and do any military bombardment in Niger. They can't use their airspace, and so that tells you that they have supporters. There are people who are on their sides, and of course. But then let's see how things pan out in the coming days. when they have this common dialogue, let's see what they come up with. What is their resolution? What their resolution is going to be before, the chairman who has said that, look, from the way he's talking, that means that he has the power to stop the military intervention. And of course, he has the power to say they should go on and it will happen. And that just, points to one thing, that what we need to do what we have to do is actually in our hands. We just choose not to. Or we choose to for selfish reasons. The point is, who are the people putting pressure on him? And for what reasons are these people putting pressure on Mr. President? Will he put aside the calls and, the cries of his own people who are saying that, look, we do not want war, we don't want any of this? Some persons have even come up with to say that if Niger was in the south or somewhere in the southwest, will he have been calling for war on them? I still think that we should pay more attention to our own issues. We should pay more attention to our own issues rather than telling us that he's under pressure to invade another nation just because you are the chairman of ECOWAS. And I think, like I've always said, sir, there are better ways to resolve matters than resolving them by force. We would only destroy things further. The innocent people's lives are going to be lost. And at the end of the day, we probably will still not achieve what we want to achieve. If at the end of the day you wipe out the whole of Niger, has that achieved anything? Who will bosom, even if it doesn't go with it? Who will he be president over? So we have to think properly. Got to think properly before we take any funny decision that will backfire, at one point or the other. So it's important that we look at, these issues and, make quality decisions. We have issues around our economy. In fact, it's terrible in Nigeria now. It's, so we do not have a working, one single, the giant of Africa does not have a single refinery with all our oil wells. And instead of destroying the illegal ones, why not come up with a discussion with them? Why not call them together? Why not raise a discussion and make them legal? Let them do the right thing and let them help us. You didn't build one. Though the people are doing them illegally, you have caught them. Instead of destroying their illegal refinery, why not speak with them? Get to business. And of course, get them to do the things they ought to do legally and make it easy for them. That probably has just been the reason why it has been illegal. Probably it's been too cheap. It's been too expensive, rather, to probably register or do some things, to do some paperwork and all of that. Make it easy for them if you really have the thoughts of the people at heart. If you really love the people. Well, it is still serious matters here at UNIF TV. I'll open the floor now. I'd like that you drop your comments, make them simple and civil. Let us know what your opinions are, as touching this particular one. Well, I drop I draw the curtain here. But please feel free. Don't forget to share our videos with others. Thank you very much for watching. This is still serious matter here at UNIF TV. My name is Olukunle Abraham.